the moments that we got. Fuck that.
Wasted.
2 on.
Drama.
Wow.
2 turn, baby girl, you know me.
Hey guys, welcome back. Big Mama Energy.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Tia. And today we are going to be doing a story time about our drunken moments. So this is going to be a fun little chit chat story time. Just talking about all the moments that we got. Fuck that.
Wasted.
2 on.
Drama.
Wow.
2 turn, baby girl, you know me.
Yes, okay. So hold on. And before we get into those videos, that story, subscribe, okay? Go ahead and subscribe and tap that bell so you can get all the notifications when we drop our new videos, okay?
Absolutely. Stay current, boo. Stay current.
Anyways, welcome to all our new subscribers. Welcome to the Big Mama Tribe. Love to have you. Glad you're joining our journey. But yes, tune in. We got some stories to tell.
Sit back.
All right.
So yeah, just gonna get into it, and I will talk about the first time that I ever got drunk.
Okay.
I think I was 16 years old, maybe 17, or about to turn 17.
Okay.
A mess. I was hanging with my bestie, okay, Nee, you remember this, hanging with her and her boyfriend. I'm at his house. We're over there just like chilling like we usually do. We were all like three's company.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he had a bottle of gin. He had a bottle of Bankers Club gin.
Okay.
Bottom shelf shit, if you know. That's not good liquor. Like, not good. And he's like, all right, you know, like, let's just drink and chill, whatever. And me, I don't think she drank anything. She really wasn't with it. She like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him was drinking. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, let's go. Mind you, it's the first time, okay? He pulls out these cups, like, glass cups like this tall. I'm like, all right, fill it up. Like, you know, put a little ginger ale.
Y'all is definitely playing a fucking game, okay?
I'm like, put a little ginger ale in there. Okay, cool, whatever. So I'm drinking. I'm like, oh, this doesn't taste too good. Like, this is nasty. But I just keep drinking because I'm 16, 17. I have no limits. It's like, whatever, it's up. So I'm just gulping down this gin, and it's going downhill by the minute. Like, I was wasted. I don't remember what exactly happened. I remember his cousin coming in. I'm like, Professor My Love, because I had a crush on his cousin.
Oh my
Professor
God.
My Love for his cousin. She's cracking up like, Britt, we need to go home. Like, I gotta get you home. Like, she's messed up. Like, this is crazy. So my friend, whoever, you guys don't know her, but she's like 5 foot nothing, maybe 4'11". She's walking me home. I'm fucked up. Like, I'm leaning my body weight on her. She's 5'11", trying to hold me up and walk me down the street because they didn't live too far from me, and I was living at my mom's house. So she like knocks on the door, and my mom's like, what happened to her? And then you're like, wait, she was drinking. And like, I come in like I'm fucked up. I don't even remember. But they said I was all over the place. And like, I went into the bathroom. My mom was like, who is she with? Like, what's going on? She was gonna call 911 because I was passed the fuck out. Like, trying to call poison control. I had, like, it was bad.
Right.
I'm on the floor. My older sister is like, what is going on? Oh my God, I can't believe her. Apparently, I threw up all over myself. Like, and I peed on myself. And they had to put me in the shower. It was terrible. They had to put me in the shower. Mind you, I have no recollection that none of this has happened. Like, I wake up the next morning, worse, hangover, head on a beam. Like, somebody's knocking me upside my head with a pan. Like, it's just terrible. And like, I'm in my bed. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm dry heaving the next day. You know, when you ain't got nothing left. You know, terrible. And I didn't think I peed on myself or anything. I'm just like, oh my God, like, that was a crazy night. And I'm like, I'm glad I just came home with sleep. No, they filled me in. They filled in the blanks. Like, no, you came here, went in the bathroom, never came out. We had to actually come in the bathroom. You was on the ground, peed up, and throw up all around you. I'm like, oh. like, oh, all right. So yeah, that was my first experience with liquor. So I to this day I don't drink gin. I hate gin.
Oh my
Can't
God.
stand the smell of it. Like we damn near drank that whole bottle, and it was a half gallon. Like it was big as shit. Never again for that. Like I paused on drinking after that for a little bit. I was like, you know what?
Right.
That ain't it. That is not it. And that's my first experience.
Terrible.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
So I'm gonna tell y'all about my first time getting drunk. So it's the same thing. I was like 17 the first time I ever drank before, and actually I had no intention on drinking this day.
Okay.
Like I just didn't. I didn't have any intention. So I was in high school still at the time, and one of my friends that I was cool with in school, you know, she invited me to her baby shower.
Okay.
So I had went to her baby shower, and you know, everything cool, we kick it in. I don't know too many people there. Like I know a couple people because we went to school, and her baby father. And it's funny about the funny thing about this situation, me and her baby father actually was cool.
Okay.
Or whatever. So me and him had a friendship, and then they wound up like hooking up or whatever.
Okay.
But me and her was already cool.
Yeah.
So it was just like cool. So I know, you know, her baby father, and then I know some of the people that she invited that went to school with us as well that was there. So it was cool. I didn't feel too like outside of the box because all of their family and friends. But okay, so we chilling. Everything is everything. This is like one of the first baby showers that I really went to that's not my family.
Right.
So you know how black people baby showers end up, or like the birthday parties for the kids, they always end up in an adult party.
Right, always.
So after a little while, you know, people are like, all right, so who want a bottle? Who gonna go to the store? We gonna go to Wine Spirits, get a little bottle, boom, boom, boom. Now, mind you, I've never drank anything before, right? So I'm like, and if I did, it was like sneaking them little coolers back in the day. Right. So they like, all right, so who gonna put in for a bottle, a couple bottles or whatever, so we can have a good time, whatever. I come out of my pocket and was like, oh, all right, I'll put some to a bottle. Okay. Yeah. So the bottles come back, and I'm just steady drinking, and it's nothing to me. But whole time I'm sitting down, right?
You're sitting down, right?
Sitting down. Cause that be the thing. You think you good until you stand the fuck up. Okay. So I'm sitting there. He had got some Ciroc, and I think they had got Henny too. But this is the main bottle that I was drinking. I was drinking out of the Ciroc bottle.
Okay. All right.
So I'm drinking, minding my business. And then me, I'm real quiet in general until I feel comfortable.
Right.
And liquor courage is real because I'm up dancing in front of people that I don't even know like that. And that's not even my thing, you know. I'm just, you know. So I start getting up dancing. But at this point, my balance is the fuck off.
Oh, my God. No, seriously. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then the thing is, once you start drinking and it's in your system, I feel like your level is higher. Like you can.
Oh yeah.
Because
you can go.
Liquor is nasty. Mm-hmm. Like I don't really like the taste of liquor. But however, the more you get drunk, you don't even taste.
You don't even taste it anymore. It tastes like water. That's
exactly.
the problem.
And that's the problem.
Right.
So after a while, I'm dancing all over the place. I'm falling over the place. They like, girl, you need some water. You need some milk. Like, sit down. Like, it was, yeah. Okay. I was drunk as shit. Turned up, okay? Turned up. And just like how Nene walked you around, this guy named Greg, that he went to school with us, he had to walk me. Thankfully, at the time, she didn't live that far from me.
Right.
I want to say that she probably lived 3 or 4 blocks away from my house.
Yeah.
So literally, he had to walk me home.
Oh my God.
Because it got late, and we just drinking, and I'm lit, and I'm having a good time, and I'm not even realizing that I'm like acting unusual. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm real chill. So like, you know, people that I went to school with, they like, yo, Tia wilding the fuck out right now. And this time I had some blonde micros in. That's how you know this is a Zodiac. Like, I had micros in. I was lit. But he walked me home, and like, he waited until I got in the house. But I swear, once I got into the house, I'm like, all right. Because I'm thinking, I'm like, my mom is going to see me.
Oh, my God.
And I'm scared. Because I'm like, she gonna fuck me up.
Oh, my God.
And till this day, she had no idea.
Oh, wow.
I got my shit together. I walked in the house.
You like, all right,
I was like, let me act normal.
Let me
no bullshit.
Get across this threshold.
Let me please get up these steps without falling, stumbling. Like, it was a whole... I was like, Tia, please just go in the house and go straight to your room.
Yo.
Like, that was the mission. And I made it.
Oh, you see, you was good.
I went straight in the house and went straight upstairs in my room. When I tell you, I felt terrible.
Oh my God.
I kept waking up and having to throw up in the middle of the night.
Gosh.
I had the craziest headache. And all of this, and I had to go to work the next day.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Okay, and my first job was at TJ Maxx, past the King of Prussia Mall. On a Sunday morning, I had to get up with a crazy hangover and go to work.
And go to work, say.
Early in the morning. So I'm on the 124 bus. Son.
And you probably rocking back and forth.
I'm like, please don't let me throw up on this bus.
You like, yeah.
It was the worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
I'm talking about praying to God to take the pain away. I'm like, I just don't want to feel like this no more.
Please.
Like, I felt so sick. I'm like, God, please, I will never drink again. I'll
never drink again.
I'll never drink again. Like, please take this away. I don't want to throw up no more. I don't want to throw up no more.
You don't have nothing to give. Whew.
I got to work, and it's like it got worse.
Oh my God.
Like, it's like it got worse. Like, it just wouldn't let up. Like, I don't know. And hangovers is one of those things you gotta wait until it ride out. Like, you gotta take medication. But sometimes it takes some time. Because you be dehydrated.
Yes, Gatorade.
You gotta gain that hydration back. Like, you gotta make sure you're... But
if you can keep it down.
And that's the thing. I could never keep it down. You know, everything literally made me throw up. Once I feel nauseous and have that feeling, everything just keeps coming up. Everything keeps coming up. So I'm at work, literally the little trash cans that's right next to the register. I'm falling up in the register. I'm like, I have to go home.
At this point, I'm surprised you made it up there. I'd have called out.
Yeah.
Baby. Yeah. Not gonna make it.
I had you, but you know why? Because if I had called out, I would have had to explain it to your mom.
Yeah, your mom like,
and that's pretty much it. At the time, I still don't even think I told her. I just told her that my cycle came on.
Okay.
Because I'm used to having really bad cycles, like as far as like getting nauseous and sick. So I think I just told her like, my cycle came on, so they sent me home because I was throwing up. But yes, that was the first time I got drunk, and I was like, never again. That was the worst feeling I ever felt in my life. At that time, I was like, hell no. Why do people like drinking?
That's what I was saying. I was like, why do people drink?
Why?
This is somebody's pastime. Like, this is somebody.
This is what people do.
They see, it's called limits. It's called knowing your limits and what you can do. And of course, you don't know that when you're younger. You just, drawing. So that was the first experience. Yeah,
that was the first time.
Terrible. I feel like everybody's first experience is like the worst.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like it's no chill. Like, I feel like the first time anybody like really drinks, they get drunk and be drunk.
And draw. And that was probably light compared to some people's stuff that they do.
Like, that was light. That was definitely light.
Yeah. Light. I'm cracking up. Yeah. So I do have another one. I was at my crush's house, mind you. He had a little get together, a little gathering or whatever. And, you know, we were drinking, of course, at his little gathering. I was with my friend. She got tore up before me. Like, she really got tore. To the point where I had to, like, make sure she was good, call her a cab, and send her to my mom's house. I sent her to. Because she was just Done.
Really?
Like too quick, and I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm at my crush house. I'm like, you're drawing, like, you know what I mean?
Really?
I'm still trying to be here, yes. So I sent her, my mom, make sure she got home or whatever. But I was still drinking. Now I'm drawing because now I'm drinking freaking box wine and 99 apple. That's not a good mix. For those of you who know, like, box wine and 99 apples, not a thing. Not a good thing. I don't know what was wrong with me. I think it was like I was nervous. I'm like, oh my God, you made me so nervous. I was sweating. I'm like, ugh. So I was drinking to take the edge off, whatever. And like, I get to his room. And I'm like, okay, you know, like, oh my gosh, like I'm finally gonna kiss him, all this shit. Throw up in a styrofoam cup. Like I felt my stomach, I'm like, oh, like, and the styrofoam cup was sitting there, just threw up all in the styrofoam cup in his room. And just sat on the dresser. I'm like, yeah. He's just looking at me like, and I'm like, yeah, I just fucked that whole moment up. Like, so I took the styrofoam cup, poured it down his toilet, and I proceeded to throw up again. It was bad. It was really bad. I was very embarrassed. I was like, oh my God, like, did I really just ruin this fucking moment?
Probably. It was probably the alcohol in the nerves mixing together. That probably upset your stomach real bad.
I was mad as shit. And I've never done that. Like, that was crazy. I was pissed. So, like, I ended up just going to sleep. You know, he was like, it's okay, I'll get you some water. And I just went to sleep. But I was very upset because I had other plans, okay? No, didn't work out
why
like
did
that.
I just want to I just draw. Did you see that?
I did see
like,
that.
What is going on? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So, yeah, that was pretty much that. Just fucked that money up.
Yeah.
Drinking box. That's my first time with box wines. So, and my first time with
box wine get you lit.
Yeah, and so does 99 apples. Any 99, just don't do it.
Yeah.
99 bananas,
There's
apples,
something
peach.
about apple liquor though. In
Oh, I
general.
don't like it to this day. It's nasty as hell.
No.
It does not give. Smirnoff apple, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
I stay away from apples. Ew. Cannot do it. Unless it's a real apple, I'm not doing apple liqueur. Like,
No, yeah. Apple liquor is just not. It's just not it.
It's not.
Nah.
Yeah, so that was another embarrassing moment.
So, me personally, I don't drink too often. Oh, and when I do, I don't get drunk. Like, I really...
You just stick to a little
I
light
stick
drink.
to what I know. Yeah. And, yeah. But, there's one time, and it's crazy because it was shortly after my first time I ever got drunk. Because I was still working at my first job. And it's this, like, little bar right on 69th Street. Right across the street from the terminal. It's called Cheers or something like that. I don't know if it's still called Cheers. Right. But I don't even know if it's still there.
It's right off the side.
Yeah, it's right off to the side. Yeah. And me and a couple girls that I was cool with at that time, we wound up going to the bar. How I got in there, I don't know, because I was not 21. But I got in there.
Right.
And we like, all right, let's get a little drink. I think we all at the time worked at the King of Prussia. So we like, all right, let's get a drink at the work all hype. And we got a drink at the work. And mind you, I don't drink like that. I never became like a heavy alcoholic. Like, that just never was me.
Right.
But we get in there. We had a couple drinks, everything. And then we went to leave. As we're leaving out of the bar, I threw up on one of the shorty's bags. Like,
just projectile.
I'm talking about, it's crazy. Because what happened is, you ever burp and you could feel. So that's what was happening. It was coming, but I was holding it down.
Oh my God.
I was holding it down. Like, you know how you ever take a shot of something
and you know
almost
that
feel like it's going to come right back up?
Yes.
That's kind of was the feeling.
Or throw up in your mouth like, oh.
Yeah, that was the kind of feeling it was giving. But like, I was holding it the whole time where it wasn't like, and I don't know if it was because the movement of my body, it was like, bitch, we not holding it in no more. And as we was leaving out the bar, I threw up all on her back, her hair, like it was bad. And like, for a second, I ain't say nothing, because I'm like,
Did I really just throw up in this bitch?
Did I just
and
really throw up?
That's crazy.
And then I think either the bouncer, the security person, whoever, somebody saw and was like, "Hey, yo, did you just throw up?" It blew my whole shit up, and I was like, embarrassed as fuck.
Yeah.
And that girl was so upset, and I'm like, all I could say was sorry. Like I didn't purposely mean to throw up on you.
Girl, you was at the wrong place, the wrong time.
You was at the wrong place. Like, yes. And yeah, I felt so bad and so ashamed, but it is, I mean, it's certain things that you can't.
You can't.
You know what?
Oh, God.
I have another situation.
Okay.
But we're not going to speak on that. I'm going to let you go to your next story.
So you got another one?
I have another
because I got another one too. Alright, so this was one of the nights that I was with my friend Reesh. And we were like, alright, let's go out. So we went out to a popular spot. I forget the name of the shit. It was on like what was it on? Across the street from Phineas Wade. So one of these bars on Spring Garden.
Okay.
And so we went and we like, all right, we're gonna get us a little fishbowl. Fishbowls were popular. I think they were like just coming out or whatever. Got us a fishbowl at this place. They bring the fishbowls out and it's a literal like fish bowl. Like a fish could like survive in this motherfucker. I was like, I thought it was gonna be a cute
I've seen them that big though.
I was, promise you, I thought he was gonna bring out that cute little glass. I'm like, all right, and it was blue, had a little bit of candy, and I'm like, okay, the fish bowl for real. And so she had one, I had one. So we're just, down in this fish bowls and stuff, talking and drinking. Like we drank the entire fish bowl, which was good for me because I usually can't get through a big drink like that.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, cool, like yes, it's lit. So we're in there, and like I knew we was on because my friend Reese, she like usually is non-confrontational until she drink. Somebody bumped her, she like, bitch, what? Like it was up. I was like, come on, like we pushing people and stuff. I'm like, yo, we were on, like, so she goes, and they had like a bull that you can ride there. She goes and she gets on a bull and she back and forth and I'm like, yo, and my friend is skinny, so this bull is throwing her everywhere. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, yo, cracking up. So we're like, all right, so now we're about to go. So we proceed to go to South Street, and on South Street is this place called what is it called? Freaking Fat Tuesdays. Yes. So we're like, all right, we're gonna go to Fat Tuesdays. So we go to Fat Tuesdays, and the bouncer guy is like, she can't come in here like this, like that. And I'm like what? She can't come in here like what? He like, she don't have no shoe on her foot. I look down, my girlfriend's shoe was going. I'm like, what the She like, we start cracking up like, where's your shoe? Like we was dead on. We got in the, first of all, we was walking. So then we got in a cab. All of this and she don't have no shoe. Nobody realized. I didn't know.
That's how you know y'all was drunk. Like, how was you walking around with nothing on your feet and they ain't even up?
Like, at that point, we had to go home. It was like, all right. Yeah. So we just proceeded to go home. My friend really didn't have no shoe. Like, she really didn't have no shoe. I don't know where her shoe went. In the midst of having fun, I'm like, yo, where did your shoe go? Maybe when she was on the board. Like, I don't know.
Right, right.
Good time. Good time.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
This story that I'm about to tell is funny, but it's not funny. It's kind of embarrassing. But at the same time, I wasn't even drunk.
Oh, you wasn't drunk? Okay.
It's gonna fit into this, like, kinda. I was drinking. It was drinking, right? So, this had to have happened, like, probably within the past 2 years. It wasn't last year. It might have been a year before that. But it was a time where I, wanted to do something. And I don't really have a bunch of friends. If y'all notice me, I don't really be out with a bunch of different people. Like, every now and again, I go out with some friends that I made or whatever, some older friends that I already had. But I typically am with my family, with my sister, and my cousins and stuff like that. I don't really have too many friends. So when they're not available to, like, really hang out sometimes, I'm just solo dolo on my own, right? So there's one day I'm like, you know what? I feel like going out. Sissy wasn't available to go out for whatever reason, and I really ain't had nobody to go out with. So I'm like, you know what? I'ma still go out. I'ma
you
go
on your
out.
solo tip, yeah.
And I'ma have a drink. I'ma have my little hookah because I'm a heavy hookah girl. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I too journeyed off to go to South Street, and I went to his and hers.
Okay.
Okay, so I went to his and hers. I'm by myself. I'm in this little booth area chilling by myself. Got my little hookah, had a little drink. I had one drink, but I also got some food from there too.
Okay.
So I'm sitting there vibing, minding my business, probably taking videos or whatever, enjoying my little time. So then next thing you know, these two dudes came.
Okay.
All right, so they sat like, so I'm sitting this way, exactly how I'm sitting, and they came and their table was like on the side of me.
Okay, got it.
So like, they were right there.
Right.
So the one guy, cute as shit. I was talking about, first of all, they both was attractive. They both was attractive. The one guy, though, was cute as shit. He sat right there. He started talking to me instantly in conversation. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
So we busting it up and all that. We didn't exchange Snapchats and all types of shit.
Okay, it was a
right?
vibe, but
It
right.
was definitely a vibe. Then he was like, what kind of hookah you got? So I think at the time I had watermelon.
Okay.
So he like, well, let me try yours. So he tried mine, all that, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Waiting for his stuff to come out and stuff.
Yeah.
So we continued to talk. Everything was everything. Mind you, I had one drink.
Okay. Yeah, one drink.
And so, next thing you know, I felt weird.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, like, what's going on?
Right.
Like,
you fell off.
I felt off. Like, my stomach was, like, it just felt weird.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm like, you know, I'm definitely not drunk because I didn't even drink that much. I still have literally half of the drink that I already had because it's a mixed drink. So I'm like, all right, what's going on? So I'm just sitting there, like, hopefully my stomach is a little...
Ooh, my fuck.
I was just sitting there, like, just wondering, like, what's going on. Hopefully it passed. Like, excuse me. I asked the waiter, I asked her for a bottle of water.
Alright.
So I could get that in my system. And hopefully everything would end up alright. Girl, by the time I went to go get up, because I was like, alright, something ain't right. Let me go to the bathroom. Before I even got the chance to get up, I threw up all over this nigga.
Not all over him. Like, all over him weird. On his lap, on his body, like...
Well, their
Yeah.
food, drinks, or whatever they had on their table.
Was throwed up on?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah.
even if it wasn't actually
Yeah.
onto it, it was so close in that area. Like, who want that shit, right? So I threw up on him a little bit, like it got on his pants and shit. And
shit.
I was so mortified. Like, I was so fucking embarrassed because I'm like, instantly they're going to think that I'm a fucking hot drunken mess, and I'm not even drunk.
Yo.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, that must have been that food or something.
It was
I
the
don't
food
know.
or something.
Or the hookah
Something
or something.
upset in my stomach. You know, sometimes they don't be cleaning out hookahs all the way.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta be careful at these places to make sure that they cleaning out them hoses. Make sure the hose is not like a dirty hose or whatever. The food, I don't know what it was, but it definitely wasn't me being drunk.
Because you wasn't drunk.
Because I was not drunk. But I thought this was a funny story to tell. But even though I did not think the shit was funny when it happened, I was so embarrassed. He was so cute. Imagine vibing out with somebody and then you just throw the fuck up on him. Like,
I mean, you can't. It's life.
I was so embarrassed. Now, what I did do is I did pay for whatever they had to throw away, whatever drink they had, whatever they food, whatever. I did pay for that, and I got the fuck going.
Holla at you. Honestly,
I got
about
going.
it. Yeah.
I got it going because I was embarrassed. I was like, I think I called you either that night or the next day, and like, sis, I threw all up on this nigga. Like, it was so embarrassing.
Child.
So embarrassed.
Sometimes you just you can't help this shit. Like, you know, it just
really
is what
can't.
it is. That alcohol, and then it might not have been, it might have been, maybe your stomach was upset, and then along with that greasy food, who knows,
it just wasn't.
It just wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't
And
good
I
enough
felt
for the
so bad. And sir, whatever your name is, if you out there, I apologize.
Listen, okay, at least she paid for your shit, because I'm gonna head out.
No, for real.
That was nice of you.
For real. And that's how you know. And I would hope that they would know that I was not drunk, because a drunk person would have been like, dang, what?
I'd have been like, oh shit, my fault.
I really wasn't
Let me
drunk.
head out right now. This is crazy.
Yeah. So that was very
yeah.
embarrassing. Okay.
Very embarrassing moments with liquor involved. That was, yeah.
Yeah.
And last but not least.
Last but not least, this story includes the both of us.
This is one of our specials right here.
So
We had good intentions that night. We really did.
no, for real. This took head. When did it take place? It was my It was my birthday. I think it was my 26th birthday.
Okay.
I think it was my 26th birthday, because that was the year that I had the game night. So the year before is my 25th birthday, where I had the black and red on.
Okay, so it was
So
the
this
year
was my
after.
20 years. It was that year after. So it was my 26th birthday. I had like a little game night at my house. you
His
know.
and hers. It was cute. A little.
It was really
guy
nice.
girl
It was
co-ed
guy
game
girls,
night.
exactly. We had a good time.
Yes, it was drinks. It was games, food.
Yes, if y'all know me, like when I have like events and stuff like that, I like to make a punch.
Yes. That
Yeah.
fucking jungle juice. Oh, jeez. Well, I don't know what you put in it. She put everything in there.
No, literally, I put
Like-
all types of liquor in there, mix it up with juice and
Fruit.
soda, fruit, and
was
all of
good.
that. It be hitting.
It be hitting a little too much.
But-
Too hard.
It definitely will sneak up on you if you have too much. I call it the devil's juice because shit
That's
go
what it
left.
was. And it was good. It was so good to where you just thinking you drinking juice at this point, but that's
Yeah.
how I'll get you.
So I'm no longer allowed to make these types of juices,
Girl.
because every time I do, some shit go left.
And then you had a big cup of, like
Yeah.
a big birthday
So
cup.
somebody had bought me this big martini glass, and I'm trying to think, was it 16 ounces? It was like really big. It might have been like 22 ounces. It was really big.
Like,
Or whatever. And I was chucking it. I wish I had that video.
was we just pouring liquor in there for you, or did you fill up your shit with jungle juice?
I think that was filled with jungle juice.
Okay.
I think that was filled with jungle juice that I had. And I gulped that joint down. I wish we had that video. Somebody had that video of me.
of you just
Where I
drinking
just
it.
chugged it down, then I just burped all crazy
Oh my
afterwards.
god, that shit
But
was
anyway.
crazy.
But yeah, so it's my 26th birthday. We haven't catching a vibe. I don't even think we even got to play all of the games or mini games that we even, because at that point we was all drunk.
Yeah, we drunk. We was
Like-
trying to play games, but Lord.
Because outside of the, jungle juice, the punch that I made, we had other drinks that you could just
That you could
make
just
a drink
take,
yourself,
yeah,
take
you
a
had
shot,
table
whatever the
full
case
of
may be.
shit.
Alright. Also, we had food and stuff like that. It was a nice little vibe in there. It wasn't just anything,
Yeah,
right?
it was a nice vibe.
So, fast forward, I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory a little bit.
Yes.
Before we get into like the embarrassing
Embarrassment.
moment or whatever. So,
It was two embarrassing moments.
what? That
That
night?
night, yeah. You spilled that fucking shit on somebody.
Oh,
Ciao.
okay. Alright, so. Alright, this is what I'm gonna say. So, we spoke about my 25th birthday, whatever. So, something happened at my 25th birthday party, and pretty much it made me.
Cautious.
It didn't even make me necessarily cautious. It made my mother feel away, and she was talking about it, and it kind of rolled into my 26th party, my 26th birthday party or whatever. So that's what caused the whole domino effect. But before we get into that, it was a moment after I drank that big cup. I had another cup of
Big
it,
cup, yeah.
and I spilled it all over one of my friends.
It was on his lap, right?
It was in his lap and went onto his boots. He had some fresh ass black Timbs. First of all, he had all black everything on. He
Yeah.
looked fresh, okay? He looked clean, okay? Real nice.
I don't even understand how.
I don't know how it happened. And I thought he was going to be so mad at me,
Yo.
but he was chilling.
He was chilling.
I think he was mad, but he was like,
gonna
it's
show
your
it.
birthday.
Yeah.
It's your
That big ass cup.
birthday.
I said,
I don't know how it what happened, but all I know is I knocked this cup over and it was all over his leg. On his
we were like, oh, you know how that shit go. Like, oh shit. Sorry, shit.
But I'm sorry. I'm sorry, C. You know, I apologize.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
But he took it like a champ. He wiped
Like
himself
a G,
off, got it
he
together,
doesn't
back in the game. Cool beans, cool beans. Okay, back. All right, so back to the main event.
Yes.
Okay. So what happened was everybody didn't eat and everything like that already. So my cousin gets up and I think she's digging in the macaroni and cheese.
The baked macaroni and cheese.
The baked macaroni and cheese, right?
She's getting helpings.
She's digging in the baked macaroni and cheese. And now all I hear is a conversation that me and my mom had prior, like in my head, and I'm already drunk. So I said something to my cousin, like, all right, well, listen, like, you know, everybody, you got to make sure it's enough for everybody and make sure that everybody ate, blase blue, whatever the case may be. That's how I'm feeling like I'm saying it.
Right.
Brittany, Sissy over here, I don't know what she heard, but she ain't like the way I was talking to cousin, okay? So she jumps in.
Mind you, I don't even remember, like, I was drunk and shit, so I think I was like, oh, don't be talking to her like that. So I'm like, yo.
Like, why you talking
I'm like,
to
why
her
are you
like
talking
that?
to her like that? Like, yo.
And you know what? Now that, you know, we're sober, like, I get that, you know, maybe that would have embarrassed somebody, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe.
Feel away in front of everybody.
In front of everybody. You know, saying that, but I'm not thinking it. We drunk.
You doing too much with this, you know, you getting too much and not everybody had a chance to get their
right.
food.
You just want to make sure that everybody, you know, had their food.
And I don't know that backstory or whatever. I don't know, you know, the conversation you had with your mom and all that. I'm just like, why are you talking to her like that?
Like, why are you talking to her like that? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, well, you know, in my head, I'm like, well, nobody's talking to you. Like, nobody's talking to you. And I just feel like, if she felt the way, she would definitely say something. Yeah. That was my whole thing. Oh, and baby, from that, and then it just blew up. Like,
I couldn't even tell you what happened. Like, what else was the change?
We was just going back and forth. We just wouldn't let up.
Yes.
And then one thing led to another, and I just was like, this is my house, this is my birthday, you could go.
Yeah, she like, you get out. I'm like, I get out, like, fuck out of here. She started snapping, like, it was bad.
And she felt the way because
she ran outside, like, as if she wanted to fight in the street. And I'm like, you really gonna try to fight me in front of these fucking people? Like, yo, it was crazy. Like,
yeah,
your mom like, oh, whoa, what the hell is going on?
It got real intense.
Yeah, your mom was like, all right now.
Real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to the point where Sissy still got one of my homies blocked on the gram because
I felt like he was feeding into this. Like, I don't know, maybe I was drunk. I was drunk. But I felt like he was ignorant. He probably wasn't. But I was drunk.
Right.
I was feeling away. I'm like, what?
Well, when he came outside, he definitely was just like, you know, y'all family. Like, families have issues and go through.
I don't know
like
why
that.
I was mad at him.
But he was just like, they all probably was laughing at the situation. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, can't even believe
that
we about to rumble.
Over some dumb shit.
Over macaroni and cheese.
And my cousin is just sitting there, right? My cousin's just sitting there. I'm like, it's because of you, but all right.
And mind you, she never said anything.
No, she didn't say shit. She just was like...
This whole situation happened because I said something.
You said something to cousin.
What the fuck? Because I said something to my cousin, and my cousin wasn't even phased. She was just sitting there drunk.
Oh. I'm cracking up. So yeah, liquor, it does cause an effect. It plays a part.
Yeah, and as silly as that argument was, me and Sissy really was mad at each other. She was big mad at me for real.
I was pissed off. I was like so mad at her. Like we stopped talking for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it was a minute.
Yeah,
like she would not talk to me, and I'm like, look.
Right, we had to come back. Like, listen. This is not that deep, you know. These things happen. It was too much. But yeah,
over big macaroni and cheese.
Yeah,
it was.
But that I'm telling you, like I don't know, all those liquors combined into one.
And I don't drink.
It was too much.
I typically just drink tequila. That's my go-to drink. Like for real, I don't really mix drinks.
And I don't
really
drink vodka.
mess with a bunch of different drinks all at once.
Right.
That's not my whole thing. So mixing, it definitely was up.
It was up.
It was up.
And I don't drink vodka because it makes me angry. And I believe vodka was in there.
It was a bunch of drinks.
It was a bunch of drinks. Yeah.
Like,
and I know for a
nothing
fact
but-
vodka is one of them. Like,
Yeah.
and that's why I steer clear of it.
Yeah.
That shit is the devil. But yeah. So that was the finale of it. It was Nuck If You Buck, and we was like, and then it just felt like, oh my god, we was having such a good time. You
It
know
was
what I mean?
such a good time.
It was such a good vibe. So just to like have it like that, and I'm sure people was starting to head out after that. Like,
Oh, they
all right.
definitely had to fuck out after that.
Yeah.
Everybody was heading out. Like,
Shit got crazy.
Mhm.
Shit got awkward.
even after like the whole situation, days after people talk about some that macaroni and cheese though, I'm like, I don't want to hear shit about the macaroni and
macaroni,
cheese.
like-
Like I don't.
Yeah, macaroni did hit different. Honestly, it always does. Your mom's macaroni. Or was it
Okay.
yours?
No, my mom
Your
made that.
mom
one.
made that one, yeah.
Mhm.
Both of y'all.
But either way, you know.
But yeah, so that was the story.
Yes.
Crazy.
I think that's the biggest fight like that we
That we've
ever
ever had.
really have gotten into.
Yeah, it was.
But over macaroni and cheese.
It was, yeah.
Just say no.
Sad to say. Just say good liquor, yeah.
So sorry.
Not a good,
And even the craziest thing is that night we wasn't the only one that chose violence.
I know.
It was
It was a couple of people choosing violence within that party. Or when they went home from the party. They
Yes.
chose
That
violence.
punch was not, that
That
punch
punch.
made you want to punch on
It
niggas.
did. It did. It was hands and feet punch. Wasn't good. It was
Yeah.
not. It wasn't a good thing.
I haven't made a punch ever. No, I'm lying.
You
I
did make a
definitely
punch,
made
but
punch.
it wasn't that.
But it
I don't
wasn't,
know, It
you
was
know.
different though. I don't know. That punch right there was crazy.
Yeah.
It was
No.
crazy. Yeah.
But yes, just share y'all stories.
Yes.
I know y'all got some crazy drunken stories.
Embarrassing stories.
Embarrassing
When you're
stories.
drunk, like, oh my god.
So yes, drop them comments below. You know, email us at BigMamaEnergy.
At gmail.com.
Okay. Send those confessions in. You know y'all got some crazy, wild, drunken stories.
Right.
And we need you to spill the tea.
Sure do.
Okay,
That's where it is. And we want to know.
We definitely want to know, okay? Make sure y'all give this video a big thumbs up, okay? And as always, make sure you like,
Share
comment,
and subscribe.
and subscribe. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.